We're back. It's been one hell of a week. My God, right? Interesting stuff going on, but we're green and we're back. And things are pumping. A lot of things are pumping. Some things are pumping a lot more than others. So, let's go through what's going on. All right, so, haha, yeah. You know me, my memes. When you keep buying every dip and the pump finally came. Oh, hell yeah. One hell of a week, right? Oh my God. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Yes, I guess we got some finalities with this stuff going on with China. Now, China says that they're not going to raise their tariffs anymore. So I guess as things are going to grind to a halt with that, but it's already like the economy is going to, the trade with China is grinding to a halt because, you know, we can't really buy from them and they can't buy from us. So businesses all across the board on both sides are, you know, dependent on each other, are going to suffer a little bit. So yeah, let's see what's going on here.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. We got some breaking news overnight. China raising its tariff on U.S. goods now to 125%. It says it no longer will match U.S. tariff increases because at this point, American imports aren't marketable at these levels. They're calling it a, quote, joke. Eunice Yoon joins us this morning on the ground in Beijing.
Yeah, it's nuts.
What is the latest?
Not funny, though.
Thanks, Andrew. So these new tariffs are going to go into effect in 6 hours' time. And as you were suggesting, the language around this decision is really interesting.
So that's 4 hours ago. So, yeah, we're not out of the woods yet. There are some good deals happening. There's I was watching Trump's press secretary a few hours back. She said that there are 15 proposals on, you know, there are like, you know, scores or whatever of countries that are reaching out. They want to negotiate, but there are actually 15 proposals from 15 different countries. So I think we're going to get some good news trickling down in the next few weeks, the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks and so on into this 90-day period. And it's going to really coincide with a lot of pumps.
Chinese Commerce Ministry had called these tariffs abnormally high. They said that they were a joke. And the argument is that at these levels, Chinese people wouldn't even be able to buy some of these American goods or wouldn't want to buy American products. So they also, the ministry went on to say that if the United States continues to play the numbers game of tariffs, then China will ignore it. So instead, the focus has been on how to support Chinese exporters from President Trump's 145% tariffs. And it looks as though the government is also marshaling some support from the private sector. Today, JD said that it's going to buy $27.3 billion worth of Chinese exports this year to sell into the Chinese market. Alibaba, its grocery chain, Hema, is going to be fast-tracking exporters to sell into the China market. And then we also saw some support for Chinese companies that want to use American tech, because the Semiconductor Industry Association defined what it means by a U.S. chip. So a U.S. chip, if it's designed in the U.S., but then it's taped out or basically turned into a chip elsewhere, then those ones would not be subject to a tariff by the Chinese.
What is the political sort of view or just sentiment among people on the ground about what's happening here, and how much support, therefore, does President Xi have in all of this, and the government, to the extent that he cares about what the people think at any given moment?
That's great elections. It's amazing. Very popular.
Yeah, I mean, right. It's difficult to say exactly what the Chinese people think in terms of the support for this tactic by President Xi Jinping. But the calculus for President Xi Jinping is really different from, say, President Trump, because the whole ideology for diplomacy here is that President Xi, who's been spending years and years making himself shaping himself as the savior of the Chinese people and the one who's going to rejuvenate the country, really cannot be seen as bowing down to the West, and in particular, United States. So it makes right now it's very difficult to see President Xi Jinping saying, okay, well, you know, let me call up President Trump and let's make a deal. It's just right now the conditions are not right for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't do it, right? Because like the United States exports about $100+ billion worth of goods, and China is like $430 billion of goods exports to the U.S. So triple the amount that the U.S. exports to them. So yeah, they're going to suffer. He just doesn't want to pick up the phone and make a deal. I mean, it's going to be the U.S. can absorb it much easier than China can. So like, why don't just make a deal? I don't know, but
What happens if you criticize President Xi in China, Eunice? You don't recommend
It
it.
depends if you do it publicly. Yes, I wouldn't recommend it. You would disappear.
Right,
And
but-
so
but
in
you
that
just-
way,
but
you heard that, right?
in the U.S., you have, yeah,
There's sort of
That
two,
could happen here, too.
There's sort of two views that I've heard.
yeah,
There's
that
sort
could
of,
happen
in the
here.
U.S. And so in that way,
See, that could happen here too. if you if you criticize Hillary publicly, yeah, that could happen here.
you know, in the U.S., you have, yeah,
there's sort of
That
two,
could happen here, too.
There's sort of two views that I've heard from U.S. negotiators who are involved in this. One is that China.
Yeah, but that is part of the thing, though. That's part of the issue. It's like, yeah, what could happen if you disagree publicly with the President Xi? You could disappear. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not only that. It's just all the standards that they have over there. Like, if you're an American business and you want to sell your product over there, you gotta open up shop over there and sell 51% of it to a Chinese government-backed company, and then they basically take all your product. It's like, there's no reciprocity in terms of what they do there, but what we do here and what we do there, what they do there and what we do here. I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's really really unfair. I mean, as I learn about it, I just can't believe it sometimes.
China doesn't have leverage in this situation, and therefore may be willing to give something up in all this, and in a sort of patient way, oddly enough, might be willing to say, you know what, I'll give you something now because who knows where the politics of America are going to be in a couple of years from now. We'll make it up on the back end later. Meaning that's a sort of long view that would be beneficial to the U.S. The other sort of long patient view is to say we can wait these people out and we just don't care. And so which is it?
Yeah,
I mean, I see the one that's very visible right now, but as you see this play out.
I think it's the second one. I think that President Xi is looking forward, and that the most important thing when you think about his psychology, the psychology of the Communist Party, is for their own survival. And right now, he has like shaped an entire narrative around him that he is the one who is going to stand up for China. That's been going on for years here. So the idea that he would at some point just bow down to President Trump is just seems unfathomable.
It's not bowing down if you're going to profit off it and help help your own people make profit, and I mean, but it's not capitalism. Right? It's just like everything is just under the control of the government. Like it's just really, it's just like it's nuts. But yeah, I wanted to look, going back to how the U.S. can absorb more of this rather than Xi. I was just look at this right here. We got some phenomenal economic reports, right? Yesterday we had core CPI coming in better expected, as well as CPI coming in negative, right? So deflationary, right? So that was phenomenal news yesterday, right? Then today we had the producer price index coming in actually lower and better than expected and actually negative. So producer price index really is a future gaze for the consumer price index, right? So if we're getting, deflationary readings for the month of March when it comes to PPI, then that's going to trickle down to the consumer for the next consumer price index. So there's all these arguments about how prices on things are going to go up in the month of April because of all the stuff with China and these tariffs and people not being able to buy cheap goods. Even if that is the case, right? So this is going to help pull it back down. But the other thing is like, okay, you're saying, oh, now we got to buy more expensive things, but if the things are just if things from China are not coming in during the month of April, it's like the factories didn't suddenly replace the Chinese factories in the U.S. In the same week. It's going to take months and months and months and a year or so. So at the same time, in the month of April, everybody's terrified. People are stocking up on food. and other stuff, things that to help them prepare in case they're going to lose their job. People are terrified of losing their job. They don't want to eat out. They want to, they want to buy. They don't want to go on vacation. They want to buy stupid shit. So they're not really spending. So it's not really something that's going to really come down and affect the, is going to trickle down to inflation. So consumer core CPI is CPI minus food and energy, right? So and if that's lowering, then it means people are not really spending as much. And just stuff is staying on the shelves and so on, things like that. But yeah, I mean, this is insane. This is amazing. This is like absolutely amazing. So we got knock on wood, we got some good times ahead. We got things pumping right now. Money supply is increasing, so we're gonna be seeing some really good stuff, some really good things soon. I hope so. Yeah, me going to work at 5 a.m. because crypto stuff didn't work out. Oh, yeah. Here's some other news with Kevin O'Leary. I've been listening to a lot of stuff Kevin O'Leary's been saying recently, so interesting.
Now the man himself, O'Leary Ventures Chairman Kevin O'Leary. You know, Kevin, you reminded me with that comment, smash heads into the wall. You reminded me of what Xi Jinping said, okay? When he was celebrating the 100-year anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party, he said, anybody who gets in the way of China's reunification with Taiwan is going to get their head smashed to dust. Remember he said that? Is that where you got that?
It was ringing in my mind, Maria, that the rhetoric was just being raised, and I thought it would be a good comeback. But, at this point, we got to face reality here. China is not just a trade war. We have to figure out a way to finally fix the problems that have existed since 2000 when they joined the WTO. They've never abided by the rules and regulations, ever. There's no mechanism by which you can dispute any kind of business issue, including IP theft. And it's a typical situation. I'll make it very simple for everybody to understand. You invest in innovation in the United States, and the product takes off, and as soon as it hits a run rate of 5 million annually, it gets knocked off in China, manufactured there, reintroduced into the U.S. market at around 30 to 40% off, because they don't have to recuperate any R&D, and sometimes the original innovating company goes bankrupt.
Glitch Guru, what's up? Grayscale. What about Grayscale? You mean in their involvement with Kaspa? Billy Bong. It needs to come up with that stimulus. Yeah. What I'm thinking what's going to happen with this stimulus that they're talking about is they're going to probably hold on that in case something bad goes on with the economy. Like let's say in the month of May, things just go haywire and just start dumping or something, and it's like we're like, okay, we got all these savings with Doge, let's send out the stimulus. So it would get those stimmy checks flowing, and we'll correct things. But yeah, I'm assuming they're playing their cards right and just trying to see how things go.
I've kind of had enough of that now. I've been watching it. I've never been able to litigate there, and I can't even get access to their financial.
Okay, so I don't know about that one. Okay, Kaspa's no longer under consideration. No, okay, I didn't know about that. I'll look into that afterwards. Oh wow, I've been into all this other stuff. Now, why the hell is Kaspa pumping so hard today? Huh. Yeah, let me finish this. And
markets, or even sell products there sometimes without having a partner that's 51%. I want you to be aware of something, Maria, that I think people missed yesterday. Atkins was approved, his nomination went through for head of the SEC. Then Senator Scott issued a letter, made it public yesterday, that he had asked this person to enforce the law about delisting Chinese companies that were not compliant with GAAP. They were given 3 years, then the law was modified to give them 2 years. None of them were compliant. There's billions of dollars trading this morning that I think Chinese companies that are not compliant, they're going to get delisted. I think this new sheriff at the SEC isn't going to mess around. And I think this is important to continue the pressure on China to come to the table.
Yeah, it's a great point because I asked Treasury Secretary.
All right, so I don't know the reasons behind this, but yeah, Kaspa is not here. Yeah, you're right. So that's interesting. All right, so everybody knows, let me know, but I'm gonna look this up afterwards. Yeah. Very interesting. Ha ha ha. So fear and greed still at 21. Fear and greed still at 21. Even though everything is green. Huh. That is very interesting. All right. Ha ha ha.
Zone is where we live.
Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain.
You need to love pain.
Pain is the only way to change.
Keep driving through the goddamn pain. Muscle through the pain.
Just shut up and let me enjoy this pain.
Yeah, we had a lot of pain this last week.
Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals? Or are you just a talker?
Welcome to
Come here.
Yeah, you guys seen this one.
Come here. Just come here. I'll do it really soft. Come on. You know me. Nice and soft. Ready? Stand a little bit
Watch this.
closer.
Boom. Oh man, yeah, man. This I got me thinking, man. What the hell happened with grayscale, man? Oh my god. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's that. But we are pumping. We're getting back. Things are getting back. Bitcoin is up. Total crypto market cap is up. Hopefully, there's going to be some good news coming in with a lot of these negotiations. At least with those 15 top countries.
Get the
we're
fuck
back.
out of bed, bitch. Go.
We're back. Hopefully, we're back. Let's go. This was pretty cool. I found this. Yeah, I was looking into everything that is pumping right now, and Maneki is insane right now. Look at this. Maneki, according to the tracking of my community, Maneki has not gotten a new centralized exchange since December 2nd. So it's been relatively stale when it comes to acquiring new centralized exchanges. But Maneki just doubled. It's nuts. They have a little bit of activity here and there. They don't post every day, maybe every other day and so on. So you're 1 hour ago, then you have the 9th, or what is that? Then you have the 6th. So I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, that's one hell of a pump. A few other good pumps today was Toshi, and I got a ton of Toshi. And I want things this, yeah, look at this. Oh man. Is that right? 14%? I thought it was a little bit more than that, but yeah, I mean, still is amazing. These are amazing buys right now. 104. I mean, it went down to last week. What did it go down to? Like 80 million or something like that, 80, 90 million. But this is an amazing buy. This is like 100x right here with Toshi. So yeah, I mean, we're still in. Things are recovering a little bit. It's like, but it's recovering like a little tiny bit. So we got a lot of room to grow. And then there was the Kaspa. Yeah, Kaspa I saw today was like leading the charge. So it just shot up to 7.5 cents. Yeah, a lot of pumps. Let's go into so yeah. We got Ondo's back at 90 cents. So that is actually pretty amazing right there. Ondo at 90. Kaspa 7.5. Ondo is at 90. Yeah. I've been considering this mantra thing. So, I mean, real world assets, I don't think that real world assets are going to get the amount of pumps like another layer 1 or, a meme coin would get. So I think meme coins have many more multipliers. And I think real world assets are more stable. So like with mantra, it's like I'm waiting for this damn thing to go down, but it never will. And I'm thinking, is it because it's just that stable? I mean, normally you wouldn't buy. If I saw a meme coin with it, right? If I saw a meme coin with a chart like this, I wouldn't buy it. I would wait for it to dump some more. But we just had the past couple of months, we had some of the most amazing dumps ever, that we're going to see from now until the end of the bull run. And this thing is just still not dumping. So I'm like, should I buy some? Should I buy some? Is it that stable? Has such a low volatility. But what else we got going on? So like I don't know if I'd recommend it because the chart looks so strong, but yeah, I mean it's like damn, it's like crazy stable. Everything else is a good buy here. Even though it's pumping, even though it's green, everything is a good buy. You get into Ondo under $1, you're probably doing pretty good. It's still 90 cents. Would have been, better if you didn't get it last week. But I don't know, should have gotten it last week, but or yesterday, right? 80 cents even yesterday. Pepe's a good play. Betenzer, Sui I just bought recently, a few days back. Toncoin is a long time play of mine, and it's amazing that it's been under $3. I bought a ton of ton recently. What else? Let me see. Yeah, we got AI16Z still at under 150 million market cap, which is amazing. Some of these plays are just insane. It was 24-hour volume. Yeah, Maneki. Yeah, 106%. Yeah, I mean, what else we got? Let me go over. Okay. This is something I wanted to share. It's not like a funny meme, but I was looking into this. This is let me see. Is it this one? There's two of them. All right, so this one first, right? It just shows that we got a lot of room to grow right now. Insane. I keep saying, right, at least the past 6 months or I'm saying we're going to see like a 500k Bitcoin. But this leads me into this right here. This is it's giving me a lot to think. So 2020 versus 2025. Right, so it's not 2021 versus 2025, it's 2020 versus 2025. And like I've been giving this so much thought. Like it is like crazy unrealistic at this point that we're going to see the bull run top this year. And the only time it was in November, as early as November, was the last cycle, which was in 2021. In previous cycles, in 2017, 2013, it was like December and then it was like January. So the other thing is that we're still into quantitative tightening, whereas quantitative tightening stopped in 2020 of the last cycle, and we're already, 2021 was already into the quantitative easing thing and the pump of the money supply. So we haven't even gotten there yet. I mean, global M2 money supply is pumping like, I mean, I don't know if you can say a lot or like a little bit by comparison. The U.S. hasn't had those pumps in terms of money supply. So like I'm like, the market is so low right now, is so far behind that in April 2025, I just think it's unrealistic to see the market top out in 2025. We might get faked out. We might see something like where we're going to see some huge pumps and Bitcoin is going to make a new all-time high. You know, maybe it go at 180K, past 200K or something like that. And it might happen in October. And everybody will think, okay, the bull run is over. And, you know, so like just pack up and just, you know, just relax or whatever. And then it's going to be like, okay, and then maybe in December or January, we're going to see the pumps again. We're going to see it skyrocket. It's the same way it happened in 2021, where the market topped out in April of 2021, and then it started declining, you know, May and June. Everybody's, okay, you know, the bull run is over. And then it's like out of the blue, it's like, okay, no, it's not. And it's pumping again, and it topped out again in November. I think that something like that might happen again, but it's just going to be at a delay, like at an extreme delay by many, many months. Like even seeing the top, like well into Q1 or even Q2 of 2026. I just don't, I mean, if you think about it realistically, it's like the Fed hasn't cut interest rates yet. And, you know, money supply in the US isn't really pumping. So it's like, is the top really going to happen this year? I could really doubt it. I really, really doubt it. I mean, it's good news. What I just showed with FinViz with the PPI, the CPI inflation is coming down last month, month over month. Well, here's month over month, but year over year for February was 2.8% in terms of inflation, and then year over year with March was 2.4%, which is phenomenal. And then we have it deflationary month over month between March and February. So consumer price index is deflationary. So if things don't go really wrong with other stuff related to the tariffs, we're going to see CPI, we're going to see inflation plummet again in the next reading in May for April. So it's going to be much lower than a year over year 2.4 inflation rate. And then it's going to go like, you know, the Fed is just going to have no choice but to cut interest rates. So fingers crossed that nothing else is going to go wrong that's related to these tariffs. So the Fed cuts interest rates in May, then that's good news. We'll get money supply flowing. But I don't know if that is going to happen, but it's iffy. Like things could go wrong. So, yeah, but I don't know, man. But yep, this is it. Yeah, spend a little bit on food, a little bit on a tiny bit on clothing. You know, let all those holes start. You know, just stay there in your pants and your shirts, and don't spend, and just keep on buying crypto, right? Especially with these dips, crazy amounts of dips. I mean, but make you go insane a little bit. But yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah, even yeah, especially food. Yeah, I typically like to eat very healthy and organic food and all this stuff like that. But if you want to cut down, yeah, you just go for a year, just not spending, not buying expensive food, not eating it out, of course, because that's not necessarily healthy. But if you want to eat at home and eat healthy, it could get expensive too. You'd be buying all that healthy stuff. So if you're a healthy person, then, cut it out for a while, because in the long run, you're going to be, an extra 10 or 20 bucks here and there, like every day or something like that, or you just put into crypto, man, you're going to be a millionaire. You're going to be a freaking billionaire, right? Anyways, hit that like button and subscribe and so on. What else I got over here? Funny meme. Wait, what was that? Strange. What's happening here? Anyway, this is ETH. Yeah. I have any volume here on this, or is this no volume? Yeah, there's no volume. Even this says there's volume. Yeah, that's funny. ETH. Yeah, nobody's paying attention to ETH. Man, I hate ETH, man. Those goddamn transaction fees, man. I don't know. I think like the only thing ETH is good for is to have some layer 2s on it, you know, and trade on base. Man, I hate ETH. I would like to see it dethroned, but I tell you, obviously Kaspa's not going to do it this cycle. You know, if it does, it'll be next cycle or whatever. You know, it's like my hope is for Kaspa, but I hope that ETH just gets dethroned as a number 2 position like this cycle, even if it's by XRP. You know, like an XRP. I would love to see it happen. You know, I would love to see what happen more by Solana or something like that. But yeah, even if it's XRP, I would like to just see ETH just booted out of the top spot. So, when it comes to other stuff, has anybody ever heard of this thing called Fast Token? I was just browsing around and I found this. It's at number 201. It has a 1.7 billion market cap. Now, check this out. Look at this chart. How the hell do you get a chart like this? I mean, seriously. It's like, this is like, it's called Fast Token, but it's like should be, this thing should be called Steady Token. It's like a non-stop rise for 2 years. You know,
Bruh.
I mean, look at this, man. I don't know, man. It's a token. It's on BNB. It's also, I guess, it's bridged on Base and Arbitrum. Is it? Oh, it's a layer 1. Okay. Oh yeah, and it's also, I guess it's wrapped on other chains, but like, what the hell is this, dude? You know, I just took a quick look at it. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah. I know, man. You know, I tell you one thing I hate about ETH. When it comes to those transaction fees, like if I want to take like $100 and just divide it among 10 coins, you know, just pay, okay, today I'm going to spend $100. I'm going to buy like 10 coins or whatever it is. Let's say even 5 coins, right? Put $20 each on Solana or on Base. You know, just transfer it over to my one key and just swap them out. You know, you can't do that with ETH, man. You're spending so much money in transaction fees that it's just like you can't really, you know, with Base it's like a fraction of a penny to swap out like $20. You know, it's like a half a cent. With Solana, I mean, I guess it depends on the coin. With Solana, it depends on how much it's pumping and how much volume there is. But normally it's under a penny, especially during these red days that we've had. But sometimes it could be, you know, if things are pumping, it could be more than that, like 50 cents or more for $1. But yeah, but you can't do that with ETH. You imagine there's so much volume, you're in the middle of a run up, right? And everything is pumping, and it costs you $1 to trade Solana. Then it will cost you like $30 to trade ETH or something, man. It's just crazy. I hate it. Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah. It's like it's out of this world. I mean, it's not. Well, it all depends on how much money you're transferring, or you know how much. You know, if you're swapping, you know, $500, you know, like get charged like an $8 transaction. I know, man. It's just crazy, man. Yeah, I try to stay away from ETH. Like whenever an ETH token that I like becomes listed on a centralized exchange, it's like, because in the US, that because I'm in the US, because I don't want to leave money, you know, I don't want to leave tokens on an exchange. I have to VPN into. But when it comes to Kraken and Coinbase and Uphold and stuff like that, Sometimes I just buy the ETH token. I just leave it there. But I mean, I do have a lot of ETH on my 1Key and stuff and my Tangent, but yeah, still I have, you know, sometimes I just buy the ETH and leave it there. It's just nuts with those transaction fees. But yeah, going back to this fast token, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I really know the Bahamut blockchain. This chart is insane. Like, how the hell do you pull this off? Not even a real world asset, you know, like Mantra can pull this off. Like, I wonder if I should buy into it. I was like, this, I've never seen a chart like this, dude. It's absolutely insane. But I mean, it's a layer 1, and what is it known for? Seamless fiat payment with FastX. I don't know. Is it used by something in another country? That's used by Yo Health's new Yo blog section. I don't know what the hell that is, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna buy this thing. I just, like, it's got me curious about what on earth is this token. Linktree fast token. Let's see what we got. What type of links we got? Let's go to their website. I'll give this a look-see. Utility token and multiple online websites, including gaming and e-commerce. It's also integrated with 10+ payment providers. All right, so they got something going on at least. At least they got some partnerships are getting integrated. 10+ payment providers, and they integrate into websites and gaming and e-commerce. But why would you want to? I don't know why. Is this? Like, let's say you have a gaming site or an e-commerce site. Let's say I have an e-commerce site. Why would the hell would I want to choose fast token? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not buying it, but I don't know. I've never seen a chart like that. Like, what the hell? It's like non-stop steady upward. Like, it's like if you bought like 2 years ago, you keep on buying, you're gonna be like, I mean, this is crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Other than that, oh yeah, look at this, funny. Hold on, let me. How long is Carolina available? You see that? Look, it's like I was wondering if that's even real. But I've seen crazy shit that turns out to be real. So it's like pressure in certain parts. Yeah, I've seen crazy stuff. So I mean, I believe it. Oh, this is funny AF, man. Yeah, this is crazy funny.
Checking out today?
Yeah, thank you. Room 207.
How'd you enjoy your stay with us?
Yeah, it was very nice. Thanks.
Okay. There's a room service, a mini bar, 3 phone calls, and...
All right, just a heads up. This is not crypto related. This is just funny. And I was browsing around looking for memes. This is just crazy funny.
2 in-room movies. Now, is that on your visa?
Yeah, thank you. That'd be great.
No, hang on. 2 movies? We only watched 1 movie.
It's okay. Just put it on the card.
We're not paying for a movie we didn't watch.
I can assure you, madam, both movies were ordered by your room.
Honey, no need to cause a scene.
What were the movies?
Harry Potter 5, The Order of the Phoenix, and Sorority Sluts 4.
Wait for it. Sorority Sluts 4. Wait for it.
I got it when you were in your meeting.
I don't believe this. It appears that my husband likes to watch children's movies about wizards and magic owls whenever I turn my back. Harry Potter? How old are you? You're sick.
I was like, oh, that was her big twist. She was the one who ordered sorority sluts. Oh my god. I was like, yeah, this makes me want to be like, oh. Oh my god, guys. Anyways, that's it for now. Yeah, I guess that's the word. The word is like things are green today, things are pumping, but things are still low. Things are still crazy, crazy low. If you're going to get under $1, you're getting Kaspa under 10 cents. You know, Kaspa's still at 7.5 cents. So that's it. It's still an excellent buy. So keep on dollar cost averaging your way in, you know. And, you know, I guess anybody who's this early, who's watching this live stream now is going to be crazy rich by the end of this bull run if you play the game right. Because we are at some crazy lows, but I will catch you guys later.